Welcome to the AUA News Inside Tract podcast, an official podcast of the American Urological Association. Thanks for listening. For more episodes of this podcast, visit www.auanet.org/podcast.
Hello and welcome, AUA News Inside Tract. I'm Dr. Damara Kaplan, and today we're celebrating a remarkable milestone, 50 years of research and support in the field of urology. Since 1975, the AUA and the Urology Care Foundation have awarded nearly $40 million to over 1,000 researchers, fueling innovation and advancing care for millions of patients. Joining me today is someone who knows this journey firsthand, Dr. Glenn Preminger, a distinguished AUA Research Scholar alumnus and a true pioneer in the field. With a career spanning decades, Dr. Preminger has made groundbreaking contributions to the management of kidney stones and minimally invasive urologic surgery. He's also played a pivotal role in education, mentorship, and leadership within the AUA and beyond.
Damara, thank you. It's really a pleasure to be here.
In this episode, we'll reflect on the legacy of AUA research, explore Dr. Preminger's incredible career, and look ahead to the future of urologic innovation. So let's dive in. To start off, can you share a bit about your journey into urology and what first sparked your interest in research?
Well, Damara, I've been thinking about this for a while, and as I reflect, it started when I was a resident at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, and I was totally enthralled with the educational aspect and the scientific aspect of urology at the time. And my mentor, Floyd Freed, suggested that I look at to do a fellowship in stone disease. And so at the time, the main stone gurus, if you will, and this is metabolic stone disease, because this was way before endourology came on the scene. It was Charlie Pack in Dallas and Linwood Smith at the Mayo Clinic, and Birdwell Finlayson down at the University of Florida. And I went and interviewed at all these places, and I really fell in love with the program in Dallas, and we applied for the AUA scholarship, and fortunately I was lucky enough to get that. The other interesting thing about that is that when I was in Dallas, again in the mid 80s, Ralph Klayman was also a fellow in Dallas. He was a fellow studying the lipid metabolism of renal cell carcinoma, of all things. But 6 months prior, they had just started the endourology program at the University of Minnesota with Arthur Smith. And so Ralph came down to do this fellowship, but also brought with him the whole concept of endourology and percutaneous surgery. And so not only did I have the opportunity to study with Charlie Pack metabolic stone disease, but Ralph Klayman was a mentor to me as well to learn about endourology from the ground up.
That's fascinating. So Glenn, you were an AUA research scholar in the early 1980s. What did that opportunity mean to you at the time, and how did it shape your career?
Well, it was a tremendous opportunity for me, not only to work in Dallas at UT Southwestern with Charlie Pack, who at the time was considered one of the top metabolic kidney stone researchers in the country, but also many people don't know that Ralph Klayman was also an AUA scholar at the same time when I was there in Dallas. In fact, he was there to study the lipid metabolism of renal cell carcinoma with one of the lipid experts in the country. However, about 6 months prior, he and Arthur Smith at the University of Minnesota had actually started doing courses on endourology and percutaneous surgery. And so Ralph brought that knowledge with him and actually became one of my mentors at the time to teach me about endourology. And we wrote one of the first manuscripts on on percutaneous stone surgery that we actually published in the Journal of the American Medical Association.
Gosh. This year marks 50 years of AUA commitment to research. From your perspective, how has the landscape of urologic research evolved since you began your career?
Well, I think it's evolved tremendously, and it's mainly because of the depth and the breadth of our ability to understand much better the different diseases. And now we have so many more therapeutic options, whether it's technical, like a focal therapy of prostate cancer, or from a medication standpoint. So I do believe that this whole realm of research now is so much bigger, but interconnected.
The AUA and Urology Care Foundation have supported over 1,000 researchers. What do you think has been the most transformative impact of this support in the field?
Well, I think this has had a tremendous impact on young researchers, not only to give them the opportunity to work with a mentor to learn the basics of that particular issue that they're concerned about, but also the AUA supports so many other things within the research realm, like other young investigator awards, workshops to learn about clinical research or statistics. And these are great training tools and building blocks that a young researcher can use to develop their career.
You've made significant contributions to the management of kidney stones and minimally invasive techniques. What are you most proud of in your research career?
Well, I'm most proud of the residents and the fellows that I've had the opportunity to work with and to train, and more importantly, to see their success. And I'm so proud of these individuals who now, many of them have gone on to their own academic careers, and now have mentees and medical students of their own that they train. And so it really is very exciting to see them excel and be successful.
What advice would you give to young urologists or researchers just starting out in the field today?
I think it's most important to find a passion for something that really gets your motor running, and then find a mentor at your institution who's either interested in your particular field or someone who is a clinician who is interested in clinical research, and someone who can provide you with a lot of the basics from a research standpoint.
As we look to the future, what areas of urologic research do you think hold the most promise for innovation and impact?
Well, I think in 2025, from what I can see, it's about genomics, not only genomic diagnosis of urologic diseases, but treatment. And the things we see now with immunotherapies, not only for cancer, but now immunotherapies for other conditions where you can actually, I've seen a presentation where they can change the lining of the bladder to prevent radiation cystitis using somehow transfecting the wall of the bladder to be resistant to radiation treatment. And so things like this, which are really very exciting and innovative, I think that's what we're going to be seeing more and more of.
How do you envision the AUA continuing to support and shape the next generation of physician scientists?
Well, I know that the AUA is completely committed to supporting young investigators, evidenced by the Urology Care Foundation and the amount of money that they give to young investigators, not only through the Research Scholar Program, but also the Rising Star Program and other workshops that they put on a routine basis here at AUA headquarters and across the country, learning the basics of clinical research, statistics, and other things that you would need to be successful in your career.
Finally, as we celebrate this 50-year milestone, what message would you like to share with the urologic research community?
Well, it's just incredible, as we've discussed from back when we were residents, the amount of progress that we've made over the last, not 50 years, for me at least 45 years. But it's been so exciting, and I think the sky's the limit. The AUA is completely committed to this, and in this time of financial uncertainty, knowing that the AUA is there to support our research efforts in urology, ultimately we can have newer and better treatments for our patients.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on AUA News Inside Tract.
This has been an AUA News Inside Tract podcast. Thanks for listening. For more episodes of this podcast, visit www.auanet.org/podcast.